Somebody come on, bring out
Mm-hmm. We got a lot to get into, a lot to talk about.
I come over here. I got guilt to go over here.
Oh, well.
You can't look at new TV. You got things to do.
Hey, this the job.
I just tell me like I can't gotta be quiet. Be stupid.
What's up, Soul Squad? I see 4 people in here, 2 thumbs up. Why everybody can't thumbs up this? What's up, Soul Squad? I don't know, my chat is not working. I don't know what's going on. But guys, welcome to what? It is Monday review. Yes, it's time to do what? Review those movies. It's time to review those movies. Hey, Sleepless Star, how are you? Y'all, we got a lot to talk about today.
Hope you don't talk too damn much.
Hey, Mom, I'm at work right now. Do I come to your job and interrupt you?
I ain't say nothing.
My mom in the background talking about, hope you don't talk too damn go long. Hey, what's Natasha? Hey, Sharice. How you doing? Hey, Demetrius. I'm not talking to you. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy you are here, but I'm not talking to you,
Who
Siri.
said that?
Siri, it activated. Hey, Christmas girl, how you doing? Yes,
This is
what's
going on over here.
you know I'll mess your name up, Sandra. So what's up, boo?
Who?
Alright, y'all, are y'all ready? Let's get into it. This is no cut cards.
No.
Usually, I used hey TY. Y'all know I usually say the title. Thank you, Sleepless. I usually say the title. Hey, y'all. I used to say Cakes by TJ. What's up, Soul Squad? Y'all know I usually say the title for last. But since we got a lot to review, a lot to talk about, I'm just going to jump right on there. Oh, I hope you feel better, Christmas girl. I'm just going to jump right on in with this movie because True Life, pulled from the pages, story. What's some people call it? Lifetime is doing their thing. Hey Rita, hey Valerie, they are bringing all these movies. I've been looking at Lifetime. Let me tell y'all, we got a lot of movies to review. Lifetime got a lot of stuff coming up that's really, really been looking good. Hey Miss Luckett, been looking real good, and I think I'm gonna be watching all of them and let you guys know. Hey Angie, what's up, boo? Let you guys know what's going on. Okay, let's get right into it. Kim Delaney. If you don't know who she is an actress, soap bar. I know her and remember her from the soaps when she used to play on All My Children as Jenny way back in the day. So that's who she is, Kim Delaney. She do other stuff. I hear she's back on General Hospital now. But we ain't talking about that. We're talking about the movie that she was in
I ain't
that
seen it.
just came on. Lifetime movie, The Long Island Serial Killer. Pulled out the headlines. It's a lot with this movie. I watched this movie. Okay. First of all, she was good. I'm props to her. She played the role. I don't think anything was overacted. I think all the actors and stuff in the movie was good. It had a good storyline just because it was something that was pulled out of what was going on in 2011. Well, basically the movie surround this young lady, and the movie it dragged me because it was a good movie. And it was so good, it left me with more questions than answers that I had to go to the internet and look up some stuff and read more into what was really going on with this whole story. Because I was like, wow. Because first of all, these are spoiler alerts because I announce what movies we're gonna watch, we're gonna talk about. So if you haven't had a chance to talk about it, you haven't had a chance to see it, we're gonna tell bits and pieces of it right now. And by us talking about it, it may make you want to go watch it. Okay, Long Island serial killer murders. All this 20 years. of women getting killed going all the way back to 2003, or it was 2098, some of the cases. But it was all based on this woman looking for her daughter. Her daughter went out. Her daughter had issues. Her daughter was bipolar. And it was for her daughter missing. None of this stuff would ever been revealed. You know what I'm saying? None of this stuff ever revealed. All these cases was just dumped to the side. There were cold cases of missing young women just because they were what they want to call them. I keep forgetting what they want to call them, sex workers. They call them sex workers. Now, this is the thing about this movie that was so bizarre. When she went to the police station originally to see, I'm gonna look. I get that's on my list. You know what? Don't throw nothing out there at me yet, cause that's on the list. I'm giving y'all to look at. Um, when she went to the police station to report her daughter's missing, they call them street workers. Well, they didn't. They call them sex. They call them street workers. I gotta get the name they was calling them. I don't think they were calling them street workers. They didn't work in the street. They call them sex workers. They was calling them sex workers. And That's the first thing the police asked when she said her daughter was missing. Was she a sex worker? Like it was a common thing. All the young ladies that were missing, they were sex workers. So they didn't care about them because they didn't judge them on their color or their skin or nothing. They judged them and threw them aside based on what they did for a living. These people had families, children. The circumstances make everybody do different things for different reasons to take care of their family, right? And her mother knew what she did and everything. But when her daughter got missing, they come home for a week. Her mother went to the police, and they was just like, "Oh, she was a sex worker. You gotta go file this in the state that she was in because she didn't. She lived in New Jersey." And then this man called her mother, saying that I tried to help your daughter, but she left. She ran away, and I tried to help her. And so, long story short, she finally got the police involved. That was right there at the police department. No life. It's this movie called Long Island Serial Killer. It's based on a true story. Pull out the headlines and the year. Okay, y'all, and all this happened in 2011. Her mom was on it. And that's where her mom was on it. And it wasn't, and all this based in the year 2011 when the daughter got missing. If her mother wasn't on it, and if she was on this mother who didn't care about her child missing, even though her child was had bipolar, her daughter was on drugs, and she didn't care about none of that stuff, and she just had her daughter like, you know what, it is whatever. She cared about her children because she made mistakes with them growing up. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't the best mother. Oh yeah, the black detective, he was retired. And he was doing what he doing because he had issue of a missing child. His child ran away when he was 16. So he still had unresolved issues. So he was up for that type of thing, helping a parent, a grieving parent to look for their child. And so that's why she was on it. Because she knew she wasn't the best mom to her kids, okay? And so she feels like, she owed her kids something. And she couldn't do anything else. She had to worry about their whereabouts and what happened to them because nobody else is going to do anything, about it. I'm going to get there too. Don't jump ahead of me. I'm getting there too. Cause I did my research on that. I'm getting that too about Sarah. Cause Sarah was schizophrenic, schizophrenia, whatever. Y'all know. Say it. Don't mind me making no fun of me either. And shut up, mom. And the movie was good. Ball of down to it. It was not for her investigating her daughter's disappearance. They would have never found out about all these murders. They would have never found these other bodies that was buried over there in that area of the beach area and stuff. I mean, they found a total of 19 bodies. A total of 19 bodies. Okay, the movie was good. It was strong. I recommend it. But like I said, it's gonna leave you with a lot of questions. And just since the movie left me with a lot of questions, after the movie went off, I went and did my research. So I went up on the internet. First of all, she had 4 children. She just didn't have the two girls. She had three girls and a boy. Okay, the older sister and the son, they didn't depict them in the movie because they didn't depict them in the book. Mean because they wasn't part of the investigation when the investigation was going on, so they didn't add the other two children in there. I didn't get the son's name, but the other daughter's name was Stevie. Our daughter's name was Stevie. So she had the daughter that went missing and got killed. She had Sarah, and then she had a daughter named Stevie, and I didn't get the son's name. So we didn't know about the other two kids because they wasn't in the book and they wasn't part of the investigation. That's what they said. So that's why they wasn't depicted in the storyline. So everybody think those was all the kids she had. No, it wasn't. And then another thing I pulled out of the internet is that when they did the story, I guess they don't want to do everything. In the story, they made it seem like she was missing for a week, within a week or two, and she was missing for a week. And actually, she was missing for 7 months. They didn't find her body and stuff until 7 months after her first police report. So she was actually missing for 7 months before they actually found her body. And then secondly, um, they didn't think she was part of the Long Island murders just because based on the 911 call that they had and they recorded it, based on the evidence that witnesses gave, the man that she went to hook up with, and then the man that drove her there to go do the hookup, do their little whole prostitution thing, pay money for sex thing. When she was tripping off with, she was supposedly been tripping off with drugs and all paranoid, out of control, and nobody knew what's going on. This is what eyewitnesses said would happen. So when they put it in the movie and based on the 911 call that they got, how she was erratic and saying that they trying to kill me and according to the three witnesses who saw her that night running and screaming and acting real crazy, it seemed like she may have been tripping off of drugs allegedly. Okay, and when they found her body 7 months later, they didn't say that in the story. They didn't find her body till 7 months later. When they found her body, she was faced up. They said that it seemed like she tripped, drowned, accident. They ruled her death an accidental drowning. To this day, they still haven't ruled her death as part of the Long Island cases because they say there's no evidence that she was part of the murder spree that her mother actually helped reveal based on the fact that they was looking for her daughter and they found all these bodies. So to this day of 2021, they still have her case as they ruled her case an accidental death by drowning. That's how they ruled her case. But her mother is really adamant that her daughter was killed by whoever killed these other girls. Now, they did arrest one man, but they arrest him for the two murders in 2003. There was a cold case of, because I'm going to tell you, y'all, that autopsy woman, the forensics lab, that lady was on her game. She put shit together from her previous people that was there before her. She pulled cold cases, cold file, and really that lady, that forensic lady in the autopsy lab, if it wasn't for her, she put stuff together. You hear me? She put bodies together, missing hands together, feet together, torsos together. That lady was on her job, okay? She put it together. It was really sad that 19 women over a course of 20 years was murdered and no one looked into their cases because of what they did for a living. They discard them because based on the way they made their money. And then the police chief was corrupted. They was corrupted in the town. They end up getting arrested. Okay, because of the things that they was doing. They was sleeping with the sex workers. One of them literally choked the sex worker almost to death because he couldn't get his jolly up. Man, no, to this day, the case is not solved. The Long Island killer is still out there. The case was never solved. um it is still the original detective wasn't even black. He was Caucasian. The original detective that's in the movie, they have him playing as a black man. He's really a Caucasian man, and to this day he still works on the young lady's case. Child, I get to talking so much I forget the young lady name. He's still working on Miss Gilbert's case, just because he feels, though, just like her mother felt, that she was part of the murder. She was part of it. Yeah. She was they think she was part of the murders, and so he's still working on his case. The reason why her case had fell short right now, because guess what? Why? Figure out why he not working on her case right now. The goddamn coronavirus. That's why every year they do something in regards to the Long Island murders. They still working on the case. They still trying to pin stuff down, but they took a step back because of the coronavirus. It's something that they do every year. They get together and try to piece together things, try to piece this case together. But since the coronavirus took over, a lot of stuff stopped and everything shut down. So they stopped working on the case and couldn't do their meetings and stuff because of COVID. I always say the coronavirus. I'm trying to say I say it wrong because of COVID-19 and stuff. So that's why they stopped working on it. But it's still an ongoing investigation. They have not caught this killer yet. But it has not been any other murders. They're trying to solve the murders of all the bodies and stuff that they did find. They don't know who did it. They don't have no evidence, no speculation. They don't have nothing. Nothing at all. This is still an open, ongoing case. Only one man went to jail. The police chief and the other man, they got locked up because the way they treated he abused, or did he arrested a vagrant that was going through his car, and he damn near killed the vagrant. He beat him up, threw him in jail, threatened to kill a man if he get a lawyer and tell somebody. They made it seem like at one point in the movie, I thought the police chief was end up being the killer, because the way they was, focusing on him, I said, this man may be the killer. Oh my God. But he wasn't. They was just corrupt. They didn't want stuff to get sold because of the crooked things that they were doing. It was bringing the FBI in, because once all these bodies was found and all that stuff, the FBI was in on it. So bring the FBI in town, snooping around, the crooked stuff that they had going on was going to come out. So that's why they fired the police detective that was on the case. That made them look suspicious. That was just so stupid all the way around. Man, this thing, it was a good movie. It was a good watch. Everybody played their role. Now, sadly enough, the mother, Maria or Mary Gilbert, excuse me, y'all. In 2016, she ended up being murdered. 5 years after her daughter's death. 5 years after her daughter's death, she ended up being murdered. And guess who killed her? Her daughter. Her daughter Sarah, the one we see in the movie, the one that was schizophrenic. Her daughter Sarah ended up killing her. Allegedly, according to the oldest daughter, she stabbed her mom to death. That she was jealous of the relationship that her and her mom was having. She thought her mother loved her more or something, just like she thought her mother loved the other young lady more who passed. I knew something was wrong with that when the mother was trying to look for her, and she asked her, did you love her more? And the mother said, no, I love you guys the same. I love you equally. And the way she looked at her mother, like if she didn't believe her and stuff. But yeah, sadly in 2016, Maria Gilbert lost her life by the hands of her daughter Sarah. Sarah stabbed her and murdered her. She is schizophrenic, and she had issues. Allegedly, not allegedly, because no, she said, what happened now? Who killed who? Lucy, you got to go look at the movie, the Long Island serial killer. So, at the end, Allegedly, one of the men that Sarah's mother was going with molested Sarah when she was young, and he went to jail for it, and that messed her mind up. That, and that would mess anybody up, being molested at such a young age. You know what I'm saying? Don't know what's happening to you, and that gave her mental issues that I believe she never recovered from. She was going through a whole lot. Yeah, and so yeah, the family was very dysfunctional because the mom was dysfunctional. You see how the mom was drinking? She went from a bottle to a gallon. And everything she was going on, I could see why she went to a gallon of wine. But then she stopped drinking and she got herself together. Well, you know why we don't know, Hazel, whether or not Sarah was either getting professional help through a psychiatrist or whether or not she was on medication, because this story wasn't about Sarah. So they really didn't go in details about Sarah. They gave us the reason why Sarah was schizophrenic, because of the abuse that she suffered as a child at the hand of one of her mother's boyfriend, who is in jail for sexually molesting her. But they didn't go into whether or not did she ever see a child psychiatrist. They didn't go whether or not she was diagnosed with the mental illness, but they didn't go into details whether or not Sarah was on medicine, whether or not she was seeking professional help. Because since the story wasn't about Sarah, they didn't depict Sarah issues in the movie, but they did let us see how frustrated Sarah was with the search of her sister. You know what I'm saying? It was like she was mad that her mother really even cared that she was looking for a sister, because she felt like her mother had more feelings, or her mother loved her sister more than her. But yeah, but unfortunately in 2016 she stabbed her mom to death. She's in jail for 27 years. She has 27 years in jail. So yeah, I would say all in all, Lifetime hit it out the park again. I do a 1 out of 5 stars. I'm gonna give this movie a 4 star. To me, it was a good movie. It's a good watch. It was worth the time. I say I give it a 4 star because at the end of the day, it leaves you with more questions than answers. And when you go to the internet, you're gonna find out a lot of things that happened that really wasn't in the movie or in the book that was wrote. So, like I said about, they didn't find her to 7 months. The case is still open. The man who did get arrested, he didn't get arrested for all the murders. He got arrested for just 2 of the murders in 2003. And then the other bodies that they found, they did arrest another man for the first 9 bodies that they found. But the other 11 bodies that they found, they don't know who did that. Man, because Kim Delaney character went to the jail to see the man who they arrested for the first 9 murders. And he said, I didn't kill them other ones. He said, I'm not going to take credit for something I didn't do. He actually gave her a clue on how to find the murderer. She thought she was going to find all of them, but the clue that he gave about the burlap bags being in the nursery, and the nursery he's talking about was like a flower nursery, garden nursery. That's not a common fabric that everyday people use and stuff. Yes, and the doctor too. That doctor, I to this day, I still don't know that doctor has something to do with it. So I'm gonna talk about the doctor too, because that was the last person door she knocked on that saw that she was trying to get help, and she was running down the street towards the boatyard and stuff. So the man that they did arrest one man for the other 9 murders, he the one that gave the mother the clue about the burlap bags and who commonly used burlap bags and where she needed to start her search at. But she thought that was going to bring her to finding her daughter's murderer and all these other bodies. But it brought her to find the guy named John Bridget or John Bruto, who killed the 2 girls in 2003. And he got arrested for those murders of 2003 for those 2 bodies. But he still wasn't a Long Island killer. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, and then the doctor, when the daughter was flicking off, and he was one of the witnesses at the beginning who said the daughter went running down the street. He was trying to help her. They never said, how did he get the mother's phone number? You know what I'm saying? That's questionable. Because if the stranger just knocked on your door and they knocking for help, how the hell you end up with her mother's phone number? They never mentioned anything about finding the young lady's cell phone. He was questioned on how he got the mother's number, but they didn't even go into it. So how was you able to call the mother? And then one of the girls, remember the young lady, the black girl with the long hair, her friend who died, she said somebody had called her friend's sister with the same thing, saying that she was a hoe and all this other stuff. So, and they called 8 times. The police ain't putting none of this stuff together. They were lazy. They didn't care about these women because of what they did for a living. And that was sad and that was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Corruption is everywhere. And I hate to think of that. We're going through it today, corruption in the police department. You know what I'm saying? Every policeman can't be trusted. Every police is not a good cop. There are good policemen, there are bad policemen, but you never know who to trust, who you can't trust. And it is so hard when they put that badge on. And to write people off because of what they do for a living is so absolutely wrong. They left a lot of things open. I think that doctors should have been investigated more because they still didn't go into detail. That's why I give this movie a 4, because they still didn't go into detail on how the heck he got the mother's number. The only way he had to get the mother's number and call her is that he had to have the daughter's cell phone. And how did he get her cell phone? That's all I'm saying. I think I did a good review on this movie. Like I said, it leaves you with a lot of questions more than answer. It had me end up going to the internet, researching information, finding out more stuff. I'm telling you guys, it's a good watch. It is a sad movie. Hey, Amy. It's no, like, it is not a scary movie. It's a thriller. It's a thriller because it's an unsolved case. This case is still open. Well, babe. Okay. This case is still open. If you want to watch it, you can go watch it. It's on Lifetime. It's on demand right now on Lifetime. It's called The Long Island Serial Killer. Go take a look at it. Yes, a lot of doctors are weirdos. She said, you know, a lot of doctors are weirdos. Yes. And so it was interesting, guys. I thought it was a good movie. I give it a 4 star because it was just some things that they put in there that wasn't answered. I'm still on the fence about the doctor because I still don't understand how he got the mother's number. He had to get the mother's number out the girl's cell phone. And if he got it from the girl's cell phone, she did more than knocked on his door and asked for help. So yeah, maybe Rita, it may be on sometimes people be posting movies on YouTube. They be posting a lot of movies on YouTube. So see if it may be on YouTube because people post movies on YouTube and you can watch them. So, guys, that is my review of the Long Island Serial Killer. Is it worth watching? Yes. Is it going to make you sad? Yes. Will you have questions at the end? Most definitely. 4 stars. It's good. Watch it. Long Island Serial Killer starring Kim Delaney. All right, guys. Are you ready for Netflix review? They called me out on it. Um, They called me out on it a couple of weeks ago. Oh, you need to go look at it. I said I didn't want to see it. I saw the previews and stuff like that. But Nurse Ratched. Hey, Wanda. Nurse Ratched. Let's get into Nurse Ratched, y'all. Now, people has been looking at this series on Netflix for about maybe 2 to 3 weeks now. I looked at it last week. I did a binge. I watched it in one night. And it was amazing. I loved it. Now, I'm going to tell you y'all who the stars is in Nurse Ratched. If you ever looked at American Horror Story, and you know in American Horror Story, they take the same actors and actresses and they repeat them in different seasons, but with new characters. And this is one of the long-lasting young woman who's always in all American Horror Stories, season after season, different character, and she always delivers. She always deliver. And let me give her name. That's my sister. My sister always calling somebody's phone. Till mom in the bed laying down, and her phone already in here, and Jackson in the shower. So I don't have nobody take her phone. You gonna have to call back when my thing over. All right, bye. Sorry, y'all, about that. Okay, the Nurse Ratchet cast. This lady, Sarah Paulson. Sarah Paulson is an American actress. She's a good actress. She's known best for me for American Horror Stories, but she got a lots of movie under her belt. But she was phenomenal in Nurse Ratchet. I didn't know whether or not at the beginning to love her or like her. Okay. Oh, that's my son Joshua song on her ringtone. That's my son. I told you my son is aspiring artist, inspiring rapper. He got music on iTunes, Apple, and all that stuff. And that's my son Joshua song that's as my mother ringtone. And so what was I say? At the beginning of this movie, when I saw the previews, when they were saying Nurse Ratchet, I thought she was going to be a straight up type serial killer. Well, don't get twisted. She did some killing, but it wasn't what I thought. Okay, I thought she was like a serial killer, like she was going to be killing people in a nursing home, just be killing. I love her. Okay, I'm sorry. I love her. The character, who she was. I love the whole concept of the show. I thought it was good. I ain't see what you said. You said something. I'm sorry, baby. Um, Nurse Ratched was good. It's a Netflix series. It is getting a season 2. I think you guys should watch Nurse Ratched if you're looking for something different to look at. Can we give spoilers on it? I'ma say her brother was he wasn't really a serial killer. She had this brother that really was not her brother. Thank God, because at one part in this movie, we found out that her and her so-called brother slept together, and she said that would never happen again. And this was before we found out it wasn't really her brother. Because when she said that, I said, "You slept with your brother? What the hell?" But then we found out that no. They weren't real brother and sister by blood. You know how people say that's my brother, that's my sister, because they were in the same orphanage, and they was orphanage, and they was in the same group homes and same foster care parents. They were really close. So when they went to put them in foster care with different foster families, they listed them as brothers and sisters. They could stay together because they grew a bond together when they were in the orphanage, and the people and the social worker thought she was doing a good thing by not separating them. So she listed them as brother and sister, man. But she was messed up. Her brother was messed up. Her quote unquote brother was messed up just because of the things they went through the last foster family they was in, how they was sexually doing things to them, and it messed them up and stuff, drove the brother crazy. The brother ended up killing those foster parents and told her to run and leave, and her whole adult life she had been searching for him, and she found him because he saved her life, and she wanted to do the same for him, and she wanted, wanted them to get back together and had that bond because that's the only family that she knew. So honey, this Bama, he killed a house full of priests. And he killed a house full of priests just because one of the priests allegedly was his father, who allegedly raped his mother, who was a nun, left her pregnant with him. Man, he killed all the priests except for one. Now, what I would say, I was mad at her when she gave that damn priest an lobotomy. Y'all see what she did in that hotel room? She took that hammer and that ice pick. She gave that damn priest a lobotomy to make him forget and stuff. Oh my God, that was terrible. That's why I say I was on the fence with Nurse Ratched. I didn't know whether to love her or like her, but I'm going to tell you something. I was surprised. Her and the head nurse, they are like this. That thing blew me out the water when that friendship developed between them. Okay? That blew me out the water. I was so glad because she was after Nurse Ratched. She that head nurse. One thing I say is that she did. She loved her job and she loved her quack doctor. She loved that daggone doctor, y'all. That doctor was a quack, giving people lobotomies and all that stuff. Man, remember they used to do that back in the old days? That stuff don't take away nothing. That girl in there was a lesbian, giving her a lobotomy because she's a lesbian. Giving the little young boy an lobotomy because he fantasized and daydreamed. Man, the reasons why psychiatric facilities did that back in those days was just crazy. Was just crazy. The reason why they gave people lobotomies back in the days, trying to cure them from things that they didn't understand or they deemed not right or unholy, being a homosexual, lesbian. That's that we're gonna give you a lobotomy. We're gonna take a piece of that out your brain, turning people stupid. That time, I'm glad when they outlawed that thing, man. That's the worst procedure you could ever do to a person, man. That thing was, but oh no, that thing was crazy. Nurse Ratched is a good movie. Her brother, I think he could have redeemed himself, but that young nurse, that chick was crazy. She got off on danger and excitement. It got her adrenaline rushing and gave her a sex drive. You know what I'm saying? She got off on that. So because at one point, he really wasn't killing nobody else. He killed those priests. The way he killed them, it was wrong. Should he have killed them? No. But he had his reasons why he did what he did. Revenge on his mother, because that stuff messed his mother up and then so messed him up and gave him a bad childhood and everything he went through. So when he went to get revenge and stuff. But other than that, he ain't really killed nobody else. I mean, now he killing people. Cause he done hooked up with the crazy hotel lady. Okay. He hooked up with the crazy hotel lady at the end. When I saw him with the with the crazy hotel lady, and oh my goodness. I'ma say it. I said he got this bitch with him. Oh my God. Man. And the black lady, yes. The black lady who has multiple personalities. Oh, that chick is gone. She scared me. She scared me. That chick is gone, okay? And he is hooking up with these two quacks, going after his sister. And his sister fell in love. She tried not to fall in love, but I think falling in love with the lady, and that's, y'all know who that is. That was our lady, Cynthia Nixon. And who is Cynthia Nixon's Sex in the City? Oh my God. I wish I was doing reviews back when Sex in the City was on, because I am addicted to Sex in the City. I love Sex in the City. Cynthia Nixon was one of my favorite characters on Sex in the City. I just love it. And so she's on Nurse Ratched, and she fell in love. She kind of really forced herself. Because, back in the day, you couldn't let people know that you were gay or you was a lesbian. So her and the black man, they were married, but both of them was doing their thing. He was gay and she was gay, but they was together to show unity, like they a regular platonic, marriage, But once a month, they get to go off and do what they stuff and do what they do. And in the neighbor's eyes and the business eyes and in the business world, they were a married couple. But they were not intimate, but they were in love. They had a love that wasn't a physical love, but it was a love of people, of they self. You know what I'm saying? They loved each other dearly. And excuse me. It broke his heart when she left. Because she said she couldn't live like this no more. She found, and she left. Oh, oh. West Coast Cali, you ain't say but a thing about Insecure. It's his last season. What the heck is she thinking? Why would you do only 4? Well, this is going to be season 5. Why would you only do 5 seasons Insecure? This is a popular show. And I'm mad that Insecure is only 30 minutes. It need to be an hour. Because by the time it get good, it goes off. And you can't. That's another show. That's HBO. I wasn't doing this then. But guess what? When Insecure come back on, if y'all done seen the first 1, 2, 3 seasons, that last season hit, We talk about insecure episode to episode. Grab some wine on that. True that. That's what I said, West Coast Cali. But that's not here or there. We talking about Nurse Ratchet right now. But she kind of threw herself on Nurse Ratchet because she saw that Nurse Ratchet was kind of like into her, but scared to let her guards down, thinking what people would think or whatever, or she wanted to be like she's conservative. And then she ended up falling for her. It is what it is. Love is love, man. You get love wherever you can get it. It happens. Now, let's talk about the doctor. The doctor who run the facilities, the whack doctor who was trying all these things on these patients, think he gonna have a cure for everything. Because the black lady who was the multiple personality, she ended up killing the doctor. Man, yes, you can. Thank you, West Coast Cali. Yes, you can catch up past seasons on HBO. So by the time the new season drop, and then we talk about it, you guys will know everything that's going. You guys will know everything that's going on. The doctor was a quack. Yes, he was. The doctor was a quack. He was just a straight up quack. Oh, wait a minute. The doctor got a storyline too. Let's not talk about the doctor. Let's talk about the man that was hired to kill the doctor because of the dumb stuff the doctor did to who? The one and only Michelle Pfeiffer is no Sharon Stone. Sharon Stone is in this movie. Sharon Stone is in this movie being rich and fabulous and being controlling and throwing money around like she, but she ain't in no more because she's dead. Her son killed her. Her handicapped son killed her. He had the pool boy or garden boy, whoever, set him up to kill him like they gonna be lovers or something. That Bama end up going to jail for the murder of his mother. Man, this movie got so many different plots. It's all over the place, but it all because she was after the doctor because she had the doctor to cure her son because her son had fantasies about killing people. He was doing stuff to the gardener, making the gardener bleed and stuff like that. Her son was kind of crazy up in the head. She had the doctor to cure her son for being crazy. And when the doctor tried to give the son some type of hallucination medicine or whatever to help him out when they was in a therapy session, when a doctor turned his back, the son pulled all the medicine into the doctor's drink. And both these mug thugs is up here learning off whatever that stuff was, LSD or whatever that liquid stuff was in the system. And this boy ended up chopping off his arms, and he wanted somebody else on. He went and chopped somebody else's arms off, and the doctor was sewing the arms back onto him. And this thing was so crazy. And since he did what he did, chopped his arms off, sewing the arms back onto him, it left him. He got his blood he got poison, blood poison and all that stuff. So he had to end up getting his legs amputated. So the mother, Sharon Stone, of course, blamed the doctor for all of this. But in reality, her son is to blame because her son spiked the doctor's drink that made the doctor trip. Otherwise, that doctor wouldn't have tripped like that. And he wouldn't have been going with him, cutting off his arms and sewing on the gardener's arm onto him and all this stuff. But, she was upset because her son was crippled. He had no arms, no legs. She had to feed this Bama, take care of this Bama, and she wanted revenge. So she sent the man out to kill him. Man, I'm telling you, this was good. This was really good. So, guys, I told Nurse Ratchet, it's a lot more to it because it ended well. Her brother's coming after her. She's in Cancun, Mexico, chilling because her girlfriend ended up getting cancer. But right now she's in remission. They chilling in Mexico. But her brother but she told her brother, I'm coming for you. I said, yes, boo. I said, yes, boo. 2 snaps in the Z. She said, I'm coming for you. Okay. That was good. And then, quick FYI. So, Nurse Ratchet, I give it a 5 because it was good. Even though it had so many multiple things going on, you was able to keep up with it. And it wasn't nothing that didn't have anything that didn't have, everything came back to her, to Nurse Ratchet. Everything, like it fell right back to her. Oh, y'all, now before we end this on Nurse Ratchet, Did y'all see those clothes? Let's not talk about the clothes, okay? She was a bad what? Shut your mouth. That she was. Let's not talk about the clothes. I was in love with the wardrobe that she was wearing. And maybe it's me. Maybe I'm old fashioned. You see them hats, them gloves, the capes. That lady was putting it down in the clothes, okay? Oh, the new Michael Myers movie coming out. Okay, JD. So that was another thing. Them clothes, if you like the clothes, thumbs up. I like that retro look. They was throwing it down in the clothes. She was wearing them. She was looking fly, okay? With the her hat cocked to the side. Yes, yes, she plays Nurse Ratchet, Sharon Paulson. And she did a good job and she was wearing them clothes. Her outfits was on point. I love them. Yes, Texas, y'all made it through the snow. Yes. So yeah, that's my last thing I got. Her next ratchet is that her clothes was off the chain. She wore those clothes, guys. Go look at Nurse Ratchet. You once you watch it, you're gonna sit and binge watch. I think it's eight episodes. It is getting to season 2, which it deserves. Yes, she did. Yes, she did, Miss Deans. She dressed her butt off. So Nurse Ratched is a good watch. Go look at that. It was great. Now, another Netflix movie. I want to talk about it so bad, but I can't talk about it because I want to give you guys a chance to watch it. I got 2 Netflix movies I want you guys to look at. I Love to Care. I Love to Care. The bureaucracy, the senior citizens, this lady, my little man from the Games of Thrones. I Love to Care is a banger. It is a banger. I'm letting you know it's 4 5 stars. I'm letting you know I Love to Care. It was #1 in America this weekend, according to Netflix 1 to 10. Please go watch it. Oh no, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. We're gonna do it next Monday. And Behind Her Eyes. I haven't looked at that yet. Yes, it was the Western. Oh, I can't lie. Thank you, West Coast Cali. I can't be giving out stuff, giving out the wrong name. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. It's I Care a Lot on Netflix. That's what I got you guys for. You hear the help me out. I Care a Lot. Regardless the name. I want the names. Y'all gotta go look at it. I ain't giving no spoiler alerts. Please go watch it because I want to talk about this movie. Yeah, this is a 10 stars. I want to talk about this movie so bad. Please go watch it. We can talk about it next Monday. And on Saturday, please look at The Girl in the Basement. And what's going to be our next Lifetime review. The Girl in the Basement. You ain't seen the previews of that while you was watching Long Island Serial Killer. Man, the girl in the basement look good. I'm trying to figure out if this guy is what? Her stepfather or her father. Because the girl in the basement look good. Okay, we'll talk about it a little bit. First of all, I'm going to say, at one point, I would say she messed with the wrong old woman. Basically, it's a scam. This woman had a legit scamming agency where that she swoop in, get senior citizen declared incompetent with the work of a doctor to take care of themselves, and she become they sole guardian, or she get guardianship over them of their money, their house, their finances, their whereabouts, throw them into a nursing home and rip them the hell off. That's all I'm gonna say. That's the concept. That's the plot. She's a scammer. She doing it legitly, but she's wrong. That's all I'm gonna say. And at one point, her goose was cooked. I said, "Woo! You done mess with the wrong mother now." I was on it, but then he disappointed me. No, the judge wasn't in on it. He was just stupid. The judge wasn't in on it. He was just stupid. He just took everything that the doctors told him, and she had a good, clean record. She was known to be the best in that state of taking care of old people and being their guardian and stuff. And he looked up to her. The judge wasn't in on it. He was just blindly stupid. He took everything that came through there as face value. And he didn't question it because it was coming from a doctor. The doctor was in on it. The nursing home facility was in on it. You know what I'm saying? The judge was just stupid. He had no common sense. He didn't take, he did stuff that was out of context. You know what I'm saying? Who the hell thought the mercy hearing? This lady have a whole hearing to decide her competency without even being there. This woman at home chilling, get a knock on the door with a court order saying you coming with me. Where they do that at? I ain't giving it to you. Y'all trying to make me talk about the movie. I ain't talk about it. I wanted to get into the Fall of Grace. Was it good? I saw the previews. The young lady from the Haves and Have Not played the mother or something. I wanted to get into it, but for some reason, I keep skipping over it. I keep skipping over it. It's like, I care a lot. Right, Low Life? I care a lot. It's on Netflix. It was streaming the number one movie in America this weekend. Uh, oh, it was? Oh, it was really good. So, guys, I saw the first two episodes of Little Fire. I couldn't get into it. That's my girl from Scandal. I'm gonna go back and excuse me. Water time. Y'all know when I talk, I get thirsty. I'm gonna go back and review it and see what I could do. If I don't got nothing to do, I'm gonna go back and that's why I don't want to talk about it. I'm not talking about the twist at the end, because the twist at the end had me standing up and clapping. I said yes. I said, why both of them didn't get it? But I was like, oh, I was happy. I was in here clapping. Me and Jackson was in here clapping. I was like, yes, yes, yes. I was like, yes, because whew, yes. Thank you, Tina. So yeah, so go look at I Care a Lot. We're gonna talk about that on Monday. Look at Saturday, the new Lifetime movie coming up on Saturday. Locked in the Basement. Oh, is a girl in the basement? Y'all may forget the name of it already. Lifetime movie coming up this Saturday. At 8 o'clock. It's called Girl in the Basement. Her father puts her down there from what I see the previews. I don't know whether or not he's a stepfather, the real father, because at the end of the day, I see a baby's going to be born while she locked in the basement in her own house. So this is a very interesting show that's gonna come on, movie coming on Saturday, pulled from the headlines. You know, Lifetime is doing their thing. They trying to get back on track, because for a long time I gave up on Lifetime because I got tired of the reputation of just the reputation or whatever. This movie's being repeated, and it took me away from Lifetime. But I'm coming back. They doing their thing. Yes, they got the Mahalia Jackson movie coming up. I want to see that. She was an activist. She was a gospel singer. You know, she was there when Martin Luther King marched on the monument. I want to see that. That was good. That's coming in. I think it's coming next month. I think that's coming in March. So that's gonna be good. Anybody, the movie You. No, people keep telling me about You. Yeah, I looked at How to Get Away with Murder the first two seasons. And you know, it's so much stuff to look at. I'm going to try Cordell. I'm going to try Fall for Grace. It's so much stuff to look at that I fell off from How to Get Away with Murder. But I heard that it's no longer on. They done. So I looked at the first two seasons, and then I didn't watch it no more. But when I saw from the beginning, oh yes, How to Get Away with Murder was good. I love that. I love it. Okay, so Behind Her Eyes, I Care a Lot. Upcoming Netflix shows that you should watch. Um, If you're thinking about going to the movie theaters, this movie that I'm going to tell you guys about now is at movie Jackson. You know I'm live, right? They can hear that. I'm not trying to get copyright. This movie that I'm about to talk about now, it is at movie theaters. It is something that you guys may want to consider renting. I know it's renting now for $19.99 for 2 days on any streaming site. I have what's called HBO Max. I pay $14.99 a month. It allows me to look at movies for 30 days, same day in theaters on HBO Max. The new movie, since it is February, Black History Month, the movie that I watched today, I looked at Judas and the Black Messiah. It's called Judas and the Black Messiah. If you were thinking about rent, I'm not doing a review. What I like doing with that is that movies that you're thinking about renting and you're not sure if you want to watch it. If I'll go watch it and let you know whether or not it's worth renting. It's called Judas and the Black Messiah. It's about, there's so many movies made about the Black Panthers. This is about the chairman, Henry, what's his name? His name was Henry Campbell. His name, Fred Campbell. He was the chairman of the Black Panther organization in Chicago. This is his story about his views, what happened to him. He was 21 years old when he died. His girlfriend was pregnant, and this is about his journey with the Black Panther. So if anybody wanted to see Judas and the Black Messiah, it was a good watch. I watch it today. It is streaming on streaming apps. You have to pay for it. You have to rent it. But I think it's worth the money. I think that you'll get your money worth. It was a different perspective. There are a lot of movies out here about the Black Panther, and they all done about, how the Black Panthers got started, what was their main mission, what they were all about, how the government how the government tore them down, and everything. It is worth the price of admission to look at this movie. I thought it was very gripping. It was very all-telling, and it was kind of sad. And because you get to understand more of who they were and what their movement was about, and they generally was really trying to help not just Black people. In this, I saw they was trying to help anybody that was being oppressed through the government. I mean, because they linked up with KKK, okay, the white supremacists. They linked up with other gangs, with other people, could come trying to come together as a unit. Man, it was good. It was a good watch. I loved it. So if you thought about renting Judas and the Black Messiah, rent it. And it's called Judas just because one of the bands that was part of the Black Panther movement, he was undercover working with the FBI. And he gave up all the information, everything they were doing, all the movements they were making, all their locations. He gave everything up just to avoid an 18-month carjacking sentence. And then at the end, the FBI gave him a set of keys, $200 in his own gas station. That was worth the lives that they took and the way this young man died. And in 1990, January 15, 1990, the guy who was the undercover, the Judas, that was thrown into the Black Panther Party, he gave one interview about the whole thing, what he did. Hey, dude, why do you have iPods? Why do you have these things that go in your ear? They used them. And he realized they used him because after all of that, he stayed with them several years. He stayed with the Black Panther several years, and he was still feeding information back to the FBI. After he did that interview, January 15th of 1990, the day after he did that interview, he committed suicide because he knew what he did was wrong, and I guess he couldn't take it anymore. It was all on him because at one point it kind of looked like he was actually believing in the things that the Black Panther was all about, and what their whole concept was. But I believe he was scared of the police or the FBI, so he continued to feed information to them. And at the end, when it was all said and done, even after after the young man Fred they killed died, he still infiltrated the Black Panther. He still stayed with the Black Panther movement for years and still gave up more information. And then when he finally got out, he did that one interview on Martin Luther King Jr.'s celebration day in 1990. And the day after that interview, he killed himself. That interview was aired on PBS, which is a local channel. And the day later, he commits suicide. That tells you right then and there, he has so much guilt on his heart for what he did over the years that he couldn't take it anymore. Oh, we're not even gonna go there. So wait a minute, I'm gonna talk about that too. So guys, if you want to rent this movie, you want to learn more about the Black Panthers, and like I said, it's about different people. They're all different movies about the Black Panthers, focus on different members. And this is particularly focused on Fred, who was the chairman of the Black Panthers in Chicago. It's a good watch, it's worth the money. What if? Back to Netflix again. Someone recommended What If to me last week. I got off the air and I went and looked at it. I already saw it. Mm, I already saw it. Yeah. So What If is good, but you know why I won't look at What If? It's canceled because of COVID-19. Season 2 will not be coming. And to watch season 1 is just worthless. It's a good watch, but when it ends, it ends. That's it. And so I don't want to unwatch it. It's good. What If is good. Renee Zellweger did her thing. And it was a whole have you ever seen the movie with Woody Harrelson and Demi Moore and Robert Redford, when Robert Redford wanted to be with paid him $1 million to sleep with Demi Moore? 612-852. Whoever ordering food is 612-852 is your code. Um, I did that, y'all, because sometimes they order DoorDash, they use my account, and DoorDash send in a code that makes sure the account is my account. So I'm telling you, if you get into What If, it's an amazing watch. It's a good show, but it's gonna piss you off because there's no season 2. And I already saw what there. I didn't know the name of it until you took me to it, and I went and watched it. I said, "Oh, I've seen this already." And I said to myself, I said, "I'm waiting on season 2 to come out." So you know what I do? I went to Google, asked about What If, and they were gonna try to do it. But they said that with Netflix and the COVID, it hit so hard, they decided to cancel it altogether. So look at What If. It's going to end. It's going to be a good watch. They're going to make you mad because there's no season 2 coming. I know, right? Spoiler alert! No season 2 for What If. I know, guys. Okay. So before I got on, I was looking at Just Mercy. I know that's been out for a while. I have not seen it with Jamie Foxx and Michael B. Jordan. I turned it off to come live. So I'm not going to talk about it because I never seen it before. I know what the concept is, trying to get somebody off of death row who is innocent, presumably innocent. I don't know yet because I haven't gotten through it yet. But once I look at Just Mercy, if you haven't seen it, or if you've seen it, we could compare notes, what we think is based on a true movie. Any good movies on Amazon Prime? Yes. I want to review this movie my cousin told me called. It's called America's Skin. So I'm looking at Just Mercy right now, guys. I have some more information about it next week. If you haven't seen it, if you'd like to see it, or if you saw it, we can compare notes. So when I finish looking at that, we can talk about it next week. Yes, I was ready to let you guys know. But Amazon Prime, if you want to see a good movie, I was told, and I rented. I think it was $3.99 or $4.99. You have to pay for it on Amazon Prime. If you can find it somewhere else for free, it's going to be a good watch. The previews, the trailer is amazing. It is called American Skin. It is again about the corruption of police officers killing young black men when they're getting pulled over. But the trailer leads you into what the father does. That takes your mind to another level. I'm going to look at that. I'm going to rent it for $3.99. I think it's $4.99. And my cousin said it's a good watch. She said it's going to make you cry. It's sad. She said police is a MF, but she said you need to watch it. So you think okay, I will. It's $3.99. Thank you. Yeah. So Amazon Prime right now. I'm saying that American Skin. Rent that. We can talk about it next week. Oh, and I don't know if people like stuff like this. I look at this thing called Discovery of Witches. It is a Sundance Shutter show and AMC. AMC gets it last. I started looking at it last year. Season 2 just started. If anybody interested in that, I could do a whole new other part, a whole other segment just on Discovery of Riches by itself. It's a book, it's a novel, it's now a series. Season 1 dropped a year and a half ago. Season 2 just came out. Again, a lot of stuff was backed up because of COVID. Um, it is a Sundance Shutter and AMC show. I look at it through Amazon Prime because I pay the $3.99 or $7.99 or $5.99 a month for Shutter. I'm telling you, I got so many apps. That's why a sister always broke. So somebody said I absolutely love it. So you look at a Discovery of Witches, and it is on episode 7. Episode 7 was good. And we're not going to talk about Discovery of Riches because you know what? I need a platform for that. I need people who actually look at that so we can talk about season 1 and what's been going on in season 2. Yes, they're on episode 7, Denise. I looked at it this morning. Because, on Saturdays, I be doing on the couch bingo. I can't look at it, so I go back and look at it. I looked at it yesterday morning, Sunday morning, honey. They on episode 7. And they did 10 episodes this year. So we ain't got but 3 left. Yes, girl. So anybody is into Discovery of Witches, drop me something in my email because I could do a whole different thing on that, a review on that, talking about that, because you got to be into that. Oh, another FYI, if you guys, this is another Lifetime reality show, Little Women of Atlanta is back. They on episode 5. That's gonna drop on February. Dropping this Friday. I believe it's 8 o'clock Friday. Lifetime. It's gonna be the episode about Ashley. If you don't know who Ashley is, she was what was her name? Mimi on Little Housewife of Atlanta,
Yes.
huh? Ashley from Little Housewife of Atlanta, the one that got died in a car crash.
That was many.
Minnie. Yeah, her name was Minnie. And unfortunately, we lost her last year due to a fatal car crash. She is one of the stars of Little Housewives of Atlanta. They did continue filming, and this Friday her tribute will be on there. So they are back. They in full effect as usual. Fighting, cussing, hating on each other, loving each other up. They a whole lot. And it's like all these other reality show. But yeah, so Friday the episodes could be a tribute to Ashley. It's been on now. The first 4 episodes you can catch on demand. If you didn't know, season 6 is back for Little House, the Little Women of Atlanta. Season is back on Fridays on Lifetime. So yeah, that's a wrap, beat. How y'all like my review? I be all over the place, but I think I be getting it done. Yes, it's back. So if you didn't know it's back, the first 4 episodes are available on demand on Lifetime. And the current episode will be showing this Friday where they're going to be doing a memorial to Ashley. And I really don't know if I want to watch it because looking at the previews alone made me cry. It really did. Such a sad waste. She was only 34 years old, someone so young. And yeah, and like I always say, tomorrow is never promised. Live your life for the day. Shoot your shot. Live your dream. Coming to a t-shirt near you. Boo. I ain't cracking my own self up. Oh man, it is so true, but it's so true. We are not promised the next day. We wake up every day because of that man upstairs. But yeah. So yeah, that's it, guys. That's it for this live. That's it for this music. I said music. Movie review. Hey Pamela, I'm doing fine, honey. I see y'all tomorrow. Don't forget Behind Her Eyes, guys. Don't forget the next Netflix show, Behind Her Eyes. I care a lot. We can talk about it next week. Don't forget, it's about witches, vampire, demons, and werewolves. If you're into that, we could do a whole nother segment because Discovery of Riches, I'm loving it. That is my show. It's something new. I told y'all I'm a vampire girl. I love vampire shows. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing. That when it comes to horror, that is my thing. I do vampires. I don't do vampires, but I do vampires. Oh man, yes, True Blood. Yeah. Yes, it was great. Don't forget about the girl in the basement on Saturday Lifetime. We can talk about that. We're gonna talk about I Care a Lot next week, and we're gonna talk about Just Mercy next Monday. Until next Monday, movie review, guys. I see you guys later. Video coming up tomorrow. I haven't decided what it's gonna be yet. Oh yeah, and I do Teresa because I'm a Walking Dead fan. Oh, because I'm gonna tell you a quick FYI. That new, I love Walking Dead. I love the Fear the Walking Dead. But that new Walking Dead, they can take that stuff and stick it back where they came from. What is that called? Walking Dead Beyond? Beyond the Walking Dead or whatever, they can take that, put that back in the scripts. The writers need to go back to the drawing board, start all over, because I do understand they're trying to show us another concept that it wasn't just happening in Atlanta and Virginia and all that stuff. And they trying to move outwards and show us different states that this thing was just a worldwide phenomenon. That zombies I just wasn't where the Walking Dead was, but it was everywhere. But the Walking Dead Beyond, they need to take that back and throw it back where it came from. By the time the third episode, I was done. If it got better, I don't know. I didn't watch, didn't care to see. They sometimes you could take things and you could do a little bit too much with it, and then you just take it out of this format. I was good with the Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead. Walking Dead Beyond, that is a no. I don't think it's worth the watch. I don't like it at all. I really don't. The only interesting thing about The Walking Dead Beyond is that them people that was in The Walking Dead, the one that took Rick away, and they was in Fear the Walking Dead. We need to find out who these people are in this black helicopter with that symbol, what they got to do, and what they did and created a whole new generation, a whole new civilization, a whole new government. That was the only interesting thing it was in that is that and that they killed everybody. You know what? We ain't gonna go there about The Walking Dead Beyond. It's to me. You welcome, Hazel. Thank you. To me, I think they need to go back to a drawing board. I think they should have left well enough alone. Some things you could overdo, and they overdid it by doing that. I love you, Soul Squad. I am out.